Have you ever wondered how to read the NPK Industries raw nutrient line feed schedule? Well, in this video, we're going to get into it. You're here with Mark Boutwell at perfectgardens.com. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and all other donation buttons are down below, like Patreon. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. So in this video, we're going to break it up into two parts, the growth stage and the fruiting stage. One of the things I really like about this nutrient line is that it is a powder, although when you're dealing with a concentrated powder, you'll be dealing with grams versus mLs or fluid ounce measurements. So just be aware that 1 teaspoon normally equals 5 grams. So you definitely want to get a scale that can measure smaller than a gram on this situation, especially if you're using this feed schedule with only a few plants. Okay, so week 1, you'll be using 0.7 grams of nitrogen, 0.7 grams of phosphorus, 0.5 grams of potassium, 0.2 grams of kelp, 0.2 grams of humic acid, 0.25 grams of silica, 0.3 grams of yucca, 0.3 grams of B vitamin. You won't be using any CalMag or Full Up. You will jump down to the amino A at 0.23 grams. No cane molasses. You'll use between 2 to 4 grams of micro growth stage, 0.25 grams of enzymes, and 1.25 grams of aminos. In other videos, we're going to be breaking down what is in each of these packs, but for right now, we're just giving you what to use. In week 2, you'll be using 1.5 grams of nitrogen, 0.7 grams of phosphorus, 0.5 grams of potassium, 0.4 grams of kelp, 0.4 grams of humic acid, 0.55 grams of silica, 0.3 grams of yucca. You will not use any B vitamin. You will begin to use CalMag at a ratio of 1.1 grams per gallon of water. You will begin to use Full Up at 0.15 grams, amino A at 0.55 grams, cane molasses at 0.22 grams, micro growth stage between 2 and 4 grams, enzymes at 0.25 grams, and aminos at 1.25 grams. Week 3, you'll begin to use nitrogen at 1.5 grams, phosphorus at 0.7 grams, potassium at 0.5 grams, kelp at 0.4 grams, humic acid at 0.4 grams, silica at 0.55 grams, yucca at 0.3. You will not use any B vitamin. You'll use CalMag at 2.2 grams per gallon of water, Full Up at 0.3 grams, amino A at 0.55 grams, cane molasses at 0.22 grams, micros growth stage 2 to 4 grams, enzymes 0.25 grams, and 1.25 grams of aminos. Week 4 for growth stage, and remember all ratios here is for 1 gallon or 4 liters of water. So you'll be using 1.5 grams of nitrogen, 0.7 grams of phosphorus, 0.5 grams of potassium, 0.4 grams of kelp, 0.4 grams of humic acid, 0.55 grams of silica, 0.3 grams of yucca, 0.6 grams of B vitamin, 2.2 grams of CalMag, 0.3 grams of Full Up, 0.55 grams of amino A, 0.45 grams of cane molasses, micros growth stage 2 to 4 grams, enzymes 0.25 grams, and aminos 1.25 grams. Once again, remember all these ratios are for 1 gallon or 4 liters. The ideal daytime temperature should be 75 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. If using extra CO2 temps, can be a little bit warmer. Ideal night temperature is 66 to 62. So they're giving a lot of little great grow tips that I agree with. Humidity above 60. Always check the pH. Parts per million of your nutrients should be between 600 and 800 in grow and 800 to 1,000 in flowering. I really like that actually. And fertilize 1 to 2 times per week and use straight water between. I really like this nutrient line. Soil and cocoa growers should test the parts per million of their runoff after watering. it is much higher than what you just fed use less. I really do like this nutrient line. I mean, so far I've been breaking down what's in each of these products and reviewing their recommendations for growing, and I would have to say that they do not live in a cognitive dissonance reality so far. I have examined their nitrogen product, their grow feeds, everything, even down to their parts per million, staying right at that threshold of 900 parts per million, which I talk about all the time, that it shuts down your microbiology. And they are really staying very aware of their microbiology and of the importance of what this plays as a factor for taking up all your nutrients. So in part 2, we're going to be getting into fruiting and flowering stage. And once again, these videos are just real basic. We're just going through what is in their feed schedules and going down the dosages. If this video is not important to you on the grow or the feed, go ahead and just skip to the product knowledge videos after these. Thank you so much. And once again, please like, share, and subscribe. Have a great grow, everyone.